So starting with this data, this is our counterfort retaining wall data, where it is mentioned that the height of retain height of backfill to retain is 6 meter, density of soil is given, bearing capacity is given, then friction is given, angle of repose is given, the surcharge pressure is given, and grade of concrete and grade of steel. So the very first thing that you need to do is to find depth of foundation, depth of footing, that you can find by this equation. As surcharge pressure is given, so equivalent height of surcharge also you can find, and that including height of surcharge is 8.2 meter. Now this 8.2 meter value you need to use only in the proportioning of wall, not any other place in the design of counterfort retaining wall or cantilever retaining wall. So this will be your H dash. Actually this is your H dash, and what is H dash? H dash is the height including the surcharge. So whenever surcharge height is surcharge pressure is there, you need to calculate height including surcharge, and this value you are going to use only at the proportioning of wall. So here this will be your H dash, and here also this is your H dash. No any other place. Here also the spacing of counterfort member you can find, right? So that is 3 meter, as I explained that more than 3 meter will give the more deflection. So the limiting value for the spacing of counterfort member is 3 meter, right? So this way you can do the proportioning. Uh, then this is the process given how to find depth or the width of the stem part. So this also I have explained in cantilever, that either you can choose the the bottom width of the stem like this. This is your retaining wall. So either you can assume this value, and half of that will be your top value, or you can use this process. This process also I have explained in cantilever retaining wall, that you just find the pressure at this point, and then after you can find the remaining value. So that's this step is mentioned over here. Then after you need to go with the stability analysis. You need to make this table: load, magnitude, distance, and bending moment at A point. A point means this point. At this point you are going to find the stability, so that you can find these are the overturning pressure, torque pressure, and surcharge pressure both. So this will give the overturning moment. This is your resisting moment. And depend on overturning and resistance, first you check for overturning, you will check for sliding, and you will check for uplift pressure. Right, so you are checking that P maximum is less than STC and P minimum is more than 0. So if these three checks are okay, then and then you can say that whatever dimension you have provided in your retaining wall, that is correct. Right. So this is all about stability analysis of counterfort retaining wall, which is same as the cantilever retaining wall. There is no change in the process of the calculation of stability analysis and proportioning. Right. So now we are going to start with the design of stem member. This is design of stem member. Now how to start with design of stem member? How to start with the design of stem member? Now here, this is your stem. Those whose mic is on, please mute your mic. So this is our counterfold retaining wall. This is my counterfold retaining wall, and this one is the stem part. Right, this is the length. And at the interval, the counterfold members are present. So here are the counterfold members. Right, and loads are acting. Loads are acting like lateral pressure, here are the backfill, and due to backfill loads are acting, and this will behave like this, as I explained in last lecture, like this. Right. So due to this deflection behavior, as I am drawing the enlarged view of deflection, but actually deflection was very small in mm. So here this is the tension, this one is the compression, here tension, compression, tension, compression, right? And this you need to see like this, that this is your beam, load is acting from this side, so actually this kind of behavior is taking place. Suppose this is the stem member, right, and stem member is having load from here, and due to that load, the behavior is something like this. Sagging, holding, sagging. But right now you are seeing from this side, so you are getting this like this, right? So at the support you are getting the hogging moment. Here also it is hogging moment. Load are from this side, so this will give the hogging moment. So for hogging moment, maximum bending moment for hogging is WL square by 12. Right, for hogging moment means negative moment. Negative or hogging. At support. Maximum bending moment. And maximum bending moment at mid span, that will be WL square by 20. That will be the positive one. Positive because that is the sagging. Right, at mid span. So this is the deflection in stem part. So here at this mid span, you are getting the positive moment. You are getting the positive moment. Right, and here you are getting the negative moment at support. So for this, the maximum bending moment is WL square by 24, and here that moment is WL square by. Right. Now what is W? What is W over here? W is pressure of backfill. Pressure of backfill. and this will be in kilonewton per meter square. Pressure of backfill in kilonewton per meter square. What is L? L is the distance between the counterfold member. Distance between the counterfold member. Either this distance, or you can consider center to center distance also. Right. So actually it is center to center distance between the counterfold member. And 12 and 24 are the constant. Right. Now how to find this pressure? How to find this pressure? Because this distance we have, center to center distance between the counterfold member, that is 3 meter we have. Now we are going to find what is W. What is W? Now for that W, what you are going to do is you need to draw the lateral diagram, lateral pressure diagram, or backfill diagram. Right. So how to draw that? Here your stem is facing some surcharge pressure also and backfill pressure also. So what I am doing, I am just extending this level over here so that I can draw the pressure diagram. And here. Right, and I am drawing the pressure diagram. So very first I will draw the active pressure diagram. So this is my active pressure diagram, which is crying. यहाँ पे तो backfill है, all these are the backfill, so backfill gives the active pressure diagram. And above that backfill, surcharge load is there. So due to surcharge, the diagram will change, and that diagram change you can show as surcharge pressure diagram, and surcharge is constant throughout the height. So this will be your surcharge pressure diagram. This rectangle is the surcharge pressure. Right. Now the pressure acting is in this direction like this. This is your pressure, and your active pressure is this one. Right. So both this pressure, if the surcharge is not there, so you need to draw only the triangle diagram or active pressure diagram. Now the pressure value at this point, will be K gamma into small h. What is small h? Small h is the height of the stem. Yes, because we are designing stem, so this h will be the height of the stem. So this is K gamma h. And what is surcharge maximum pressure over here? So this will be Ks into K into Ws. K into Ws. And what is Ws? Ws is the surcharge load. Right. So these are the pressure acting at the, or the pressure in terms of kilonewton per meter square is acting at this stem. Right. So you are going to write the total pressure value. So pressure acting on stem is equal to K gamma h, because see this unit is kilonewton per meter square. This is kilonewton per meter cube into meter. This one is the constant. Plus K into Ws, and this is in Ws is in kilonewton per meter square. So you can find the pressure acting on the stem. Pressure in terms of UDL load in per meter is acting throughout the stem. So this will be your W value. Right. So your Ka is 0.33. Then this is given as unit weight of soil is given as 16 kilonewton per meter cube. 16 kilonewton per meter cube into height of the stem. Height of the stem in proportioning you will get height of the stem. Yes, this is height of the stem. 6.7 meter. Height of the stem is 6.7 meter. So I am just directly writing this 6.7 meter. 6.7. Right. Plus 0.33 into WS, that is surcharge load. Surcharge load is given as 60. 60. So if you calculate this term, then your W will be, here I have calculated 41.06 kilonewton per meter square. So this will be 41.06 kilonewton per meter square. So I am having the pressure, or in terms of load, acting on the stem part. Right. So this is my load acting on the stem part. Now once you have this pressure value, once you have this load value, then what you need to do is you need to find the positive moment and you will find the negative moment. Positive moment at mid span, negative moment at support. So this is like this. If this is your stem part and these are the counterfold member, right, then this is facing some load. So this load is, you have 41.06 kilonewton per meter square, and these are the distance 3 meter from center to center distance between the counterfold member, right. And now you are going to find the moment at the mid span here and moment at the support. Moment at the mid span and moment at the support, right. So that calculation also I have over here. At support moment is equal to WL square by 12. As I explained, this is support and the value is WL square by 12. So here it is WL square by 12. So 41.06 L is the center to center distance between the counterfold member. So you will get this moment as 30.795 kilonewton into meter. And this you are going to convert into factor moment multiplying with 1.5. So this will give the factor moment of at support is 46.19, right. So your mu negative factor moment is equal to 46.19 kilonewton into meter. So this is your factor moment negative. Same way you need to find out moment at the mid span. Mid span is sagging moment, sagging is positive. So equation is WL square by 24. So 41.06 into WL square by 24. So that is 15.39. Again factor it, you will get the 23.08 kilonewton into meter. So the positive moment is 23.08 kilonewton into meter. Right. So this is your positive and negative movement of the stem bar. Positive and negative movement of stem bar. Right. Now once you have this positive and negative movement, next what you are going to do, you are finding the area of steel and the detailing for the bars. That is diameter of bar and spacing of bar. So what I am doing, I am taking first negative moment or the support moment. So at support, first I am finding the reinforcement bar for support. So at support, calculation is there. Very first what you are going to do is you are finding mu upon BD square. Right, and you obviously you need to take at support negative moment, so 46.19 into 10 raised 6 divided by B is 1000 into small d. Now what is this small d? Small d is the thickness of the stem part. Now if this is your thickness, as I explained in cantilever also, this d is either this one, so if I am denoting this as d2 and this is as d1, so your d is equal to maximum of d1 and d2, or you can take d is equal to average of d1 and d2. So both is applicable. Whatever value you want to take, maximum or average, you can take. Right. So here I am taking the maximum value. Now in my proportioning figure, the stem uh, at base dimension is 300 mm. So at this point over here this is 300 mm and at top is 200 mm. Right, so capital D is equal to 300 mm. This I need to convert into small d. So how to convert small d? Small d is equal to capital D minus the reinforcement, the cover you are going to minus, so nominal cover or clear cover minus half of diameter of bar. Right, so 300 cover I am taking as 50 mm minus diameter of bar, considering 12 mm diameter for initial condition. So 300 minus 50 minus 6. So 244. So I am considering my small d as 244 mm. Right. So here I am taking that 244 square. Right. So my mu upon Vd square is coming out to be 0.775. 0.775. So this is my mu by Vd square. Right. Now from SP16, now we are going to use this SP16. For SP16, in SP16 table number, we need to use table number 2. Table number 2. Right. This table number 2, FCK20. This is for percentage steel, mu upon Vd square, and this all are the grade of steel. Right, so your mu upon Vd square is 0.775. So you need to take value more than 0.775. 0.775 means 0.8 you can consider. So this is 0.8. Your grade of steel is Fe415. So for this 0.8 and for Fe415, your percentage steel is 0.233. So from this you can find 0.233 percentage steel. So I am taking that value over here. So PT is 0.233. 0.233. Right, so this is my percentage steel. Here only you need to check that your PT minimum is more than your PT is more than your PT minimum, that is 0.12%. If not, at least you need to consider 0.12%. So this is about your percentage steel 0.233. Now find area of steel. So area of steel is equal to PT BD upon 100. So 0.233. V is 1000. V is 244. Divide by 100. So here you will get the area of steel. Five 68.52. 568.52 mm square. So this is my area of steel for the support. Now again I am using SP16. Again I am using SP16. Right. Again I am using SP16. So in SP16 page number 229, 228 or 229. Yes, this is page number 229. Here it is mentioned area. Now this is a given numbers, we require spacing. So page number 230. Page number 230, table number 96, area of bar. All areas are given in centimeter square. So here this you need to convert into centimeter square. So that will be 5.68 centimeter square. So this 568 mm square will convert into 5.68 centimeter square. And here all these are the spacing column. This column is for spacing in centimeter. Spacing is given in centimeter. This all are the diameter of bar which are used on site, that is given up to 32 mm diameter, and all other these values are the area in centimeter square. Your area is 5.68 centimeter square, and you need to choose diameter of bar. So here I am choosing the diameter of bar. This is 5.68. So you need to consider more than 5.68 for your case. So here if I choose 12 mm diameter bar, then 5.68, so I can get this 5.95, which is more than 5.68 for 12 mm diameter, and for that my spacing is 19 centimeter, that is 190 mm. Right, so I can consider 12 mm diameter at 190 mm center to center. So this is my case. If you wish, you can use 14 mm diameter also. So for 14 mm diameter, you can consider this 5.70. So that spacing is 27 centimeters, so 270 mm. If you wish, you can take 16 mm diameter. For 16 mm diameter, you can consider 5.91 over here, which is more than 5.68, and the spacing is 34 centimeter. But here as spacing is 34 centimeter means 340 mm, but as per codal provision in slab, your spacing should not more than 300 mm for the main bound. 300 mm for main. So you need to keep in mind this clause also, that your spacing should not more than 300 or 3D. Right, that should not more than 300 or 3D. So this check also you need to keep in mind while choosing the diameter of bar. So here 16 mm diameter bar you cannot choose because that spacing is more compared to the IS provision. Right. So this way you can consider. Here I have considered 5.95, that is 12 mm diameter and 190 mm center to center. So here you can write over here is provide 12 mm diameter at 190 mm center to center at where you are going to provide at support. At support. Now which direction? In which direction? In horizontal direction. Means horizontal direction, it means you are placing this reinforcement in horizontal plane, not in vertical plane. Right. So if I draw the the diagram for this, so that will be, I'm just drawing the length view from the top. Right, so this will be your top view, and this all are the counterfold member, and this diagram you can see from the top. Right, so I'm just cutting this portion also, and over here also. Right, so this 12 mm diameter bar, you are going to provide in a horizontal plane. Matlab from top say you can see the horizontal reinforcement, and again that reinforcement are in this diagram. If you can see, this tension is at bottom. Right, so here you are going to provide your reinforcement. I'm just taking this portion only to show you the tension reinforcement. Right, so this is my 12 mm diameter at 190 mm center to center. So this reinforcement you are going to provide in the horizontal direction, throughout the height of the stem, right. Now you are going to find the mid-span moment also, mid-span reinforcement also. So same way you can find your mid-span reinforcement also. So I'm just writing over here, this green color is my value for the mid-span. So for mid-span, mu upon bd square is 23.08 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 1000 into 244 square. So that is 0.387. So this is 0.387. So mu upon for mid-span is 0.387. Right. Now again from SP16, you are going to find the PT value. So that PT value will be table number so here M20. Now your is 0.387. 0.387. This that means you can consider this 0.40. So your percentage still is 0.114. Right. So this is 0.114. So here 0.114. So your PT for the mid span is 0.114, and which is not more than PT minimum. Is 0.12%. So you need to provide at least 0.12% reinforcement at the mid span. Right. So here we will consider 0.12%. Again we can find area of steel. So for area of steel, now instead of 0.114, I will take 0.12 into 1000 into 244 divided by 100. Right, so this will give you the value of area of steel for the mid span. So 292.8 mm square. Right, now as you have taken the support diameter 12 mm, here also you can consider 12 diameter for the uniformity throughout the length, so that the wastage of the reinforcement will be less, and you can provide the reinforcement throughout the length with the different spacing where it is required. So this is 292.8 mm square. So in centimeter square, that will be 2.92 centimeter square. Right. So again in SP16, page number 230. Right. Page number 230, 12 mm diameter, and your is 2.9 2. So for 2.12 mm, 2.92. Yes, now you can see over here for 2.92 this is 2.98, and for 2.98 again the value is more than 300 mm. So you cannot use this for your case. Right. So the spacing is increasing, so you can go further more with the 10 mm diameter bar. So here you can use 10 mm diameter also. So 2.92. So here 3.02. Right. So here that will be 26 centimeters. So 260 mm. So this you can consider for your case. Right. So 3.02 is the area and 26 centimeter is the diameter. Again, if you wish to take 12 mm diameter, अगर आपको 12 mm diameter ही लेना है, so what you can do is you can take this 2.98 as means area of steel. This is 338 centimeter. 38 centimeter means 380 mm, but your spacing should not more than 300, and that should not more than 3D. Now your 3D, this should not more than 300 mm at least, and uh, should be less than your 3D. Right. So here what you can take as at least the distance you are going to provide is not more than 300. So here as for 12 mm diameter you need to restrict your spacing as 300 mm. So this is also applicable. This also you can do. If you want to take 12 mm diameter, then you just restrict your spacing. Right. So here we'll do the same thing. We'll take 12 mm diameter, but the spacing will be 300, not 380. Right. So again I am writing over here that provide 12 mm diameter at 300 mm center to center at mid span in horizontal direction. These reinforcement are also horizontal direction reinforcement. Right, so I am drawing that over here. So these are the horizontal reinforcement. Now you can see over here, tension is at this side, right? So I am considering that tension reinforcement over here. Right. So I'm just considering that these are the region where the maximum positive moment is acting, and I'm considering, just I'm showing with the different color, that I'm considering that this one is the region where the maximum negative movement is taking place, and I'm considering this is the region where the maximum positive movement is taking place. But the reinforcement should provide throughout the length, right? So here again these are your 12 mm diameter at 300 mm center to center. Now this is actually your minimum reinforcement that you need to provide, right? So in this region above this tension reinforcement, मतलब यहाँ पे ये है आपका टेंशन का सपोर्ट का reinforcement, उसके ऊपर आपको एटलीस्ट मिनिमम तो प्रोवाइड करना ही है. So what I am doing, I am considering the same reinforcement throughout the length. So now this is I am providing with the same reinforcement throughout the length. तो ये मैं पूरे reinforcement यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड कर दूंगी 12 mm diameter 300 mm center to center, because यहाँ पर तो ये पूरे minimum ही प्रोवाइड किए हैं. Right. Now here this is not the minimum reinforcement. यहाँ पे तो जो actual reinforcement था support पे वही हमने प्रोवाइड किया है. तो यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे, व्हाट वी विल डू ओवर हियर, दैट दिस आर द 12 mm डायमीटर 190 सेंटर टू सेंटर। अब इन दोनों के बीच का ये जो रेनफोर्समेंट है, यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे कि कोई रेनफोर्समेंट फर्स्ट रेनफोर्समेंट अगर हमने ये फर्स्ट रेनफोर्समेंट हमने डाला, सेकंड रेनफोर्समेंट हमने 190 पे डाला, राइट, सेम वे थर्ड रेनफोर्समेंट भी हमने 190 पे डाला, बट हियर दिस आर द reinforcement for the mid span in the compression side। तो मैं क्या करती हूँ, ऐसा हम खुला तो नहीं छोड़ सकते, we are going to provide this reinforcement throughout this length in mid span compression also। तो ये जो रेनफोर्समेंट होंगे, ये रेनफोर्समेंट को कितने होने चाहिए, एटलीस्ट आप मिनिमम प्रोवाइड करो, या फिर क्या कर सकते हो कि इतना जो रीजन मैंने यहाँ पे हाईलाइट किया है वहाँ पे स्पेसिंग रखो 12 mm एट 190 सेंटर टू सेंटर, और ये जो रीजन है वहाँ पे आप डालो 12 mm डायमीटर के बाद एट मिनिमम स्पेसिंग कर दो 300 mm सेंटर टू, right? So these are your top rainfall, means from the top view you can see the horizontal, ये ऐसे throughout horizontal provide किए होंगे। So I am just drawing that view in this figure so you can have that idea। So ये है मेरा retaining wall, ये है उसका लेंथ, बराबर। तो ये जो रेनफोर्समेंट हमने डाला है, और यहाँ पे मैं ड्रॉ करती हूँ कोई एक काउंटरफॉल्ट मेम्ब्रेन, ठीक है। तो क्या होगा, यहाँ पे आपका रेनफोर्समेंट होगा ये रीजन में, ये पूरे रेनफोर्समेंट यहाँ होंगे ऐसे, इस तरीके से। सेम वे अदर साइड ऑल्सो, जो ये ग्रीन कलर के बार है वो ये लेफ्ट साइड पे आएंगे। Now you need to provide the vertical reinforcement also। vertical reinforcement कैसे होगा, ये ऐसे throughout the height and providing throughout the length। तो ये reinforcement अगर टॉप व्यू में देखने जाओगे तो ये कैसे दिखेंगे आपको, डॉटेड व्यू, you can see like this dotted, ठीक है। बोथ द साइड, यहाँ पर भी होंगे, यहाँ पर भी होंगे, लाइक बोथ द साइड यू कैन सी द। अभी टॉप वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट, तो ये कितने प्रोवाइड करने हैं, दिस वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट आर प्रोवाइडेड एज मिनिमम रेनफोर्समेंट, एंड दिस रेनफोर्समेंट इज नोन एज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रेनफोर्समेंट, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील, राइट। तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टील कितना है, HYSD के लिए 0.12% एंड दिस इज 0.15%। अब हमने यहाँ पे फाइंड किया था, हमारा ये 0.12% के लिए वी हैव दिस 300 mm and 12 mm। So this reinforcement, this dotted reinforcement are both the side, these are the 12 mm diameter at 300 mm center to center। तो ये है डिस्टेंस, यहाँ पे 300 mm, और यहाँ पे ये डिस्टेंस अगर आपने कोई बार कर्टेल नहीं किया है देन यू कैन टेक दिस डिस्टेंस एज 190 mm थ्रू आउट द लेंथ। और क्या करो, जहाँ पे सपोर्ट दिया है वहाँ पे ये बार इतना ही एक्सटेंड करो, इतना ही एक्सटेंड करो ये बार को, मतलब यहाँ से इतना कर्टेल कर दो, फिर यहाँ से ये थ्रू आउट जाएगा एट 190 mm सेंटर टू सेंटर, राइट। So this way you can see, you can have the detailing of stem reinforcement bar। ये व्यू में ये है और ये है आपका प्लान व्यू, right? So this is all about the design of stem reinforcement, stem part, design of stem part। design of stem. Now the remaining part for the design of stem is the connection of stem with the counterfold member. So as I explained earlier also, this stem is connected with counterfold member by horizontal reinforcement. मैंने आपको वीडियो में भी बताया था, this reinforcement as the horizontal reinforcement, right? So that connection design is remain, but we have done with the design for the counterfold stem member. And again I am showing you that कि यहाँ पे रेनफोर्समेंट इस तरीके से जाएंगे, ये होंगे आपके मेन रेनफोर्समेंट इन द स्टेम। अगर काउंटरफॉल्ट को निगलेक्ट करो तो ये ऐसे है। अभी यहाँ ये फिगर में निगलेक्ट करो से है तो काउंटरफॉल्ट रिटेनिंग वॉल, बट फॉर द ड्राइंग केस जस्ट निगलेक्ट दैट काउंटर। ऐसे ऊपर नहीं जाएगा रेनफोर्समेंट, काउंटरफॉल्ट के ऊपर से नहीं जाएगा, काउंटरफॉल्ट के पहले ये रेनफोर्समेंट लग जाएगा। So these are the main reinforcement for the counterfold stem, and these are the distribution steel. Vertical जो भी reinforcement है stem में वो होगा distribution steel। तो ऐसी मैशिंग होगी, और सेम मैशिंग जैसे ये राइट साइड पे आपने ड्रॉ किया वैसे ही आपको लेफ्ट साइड में भी बनाना है। सो दैट विल गिव द स्टेम रेनफोर्समेंट counterfold member, and as I have shown you the detailing also for counterfold member. So again I am repeating that, again I am playing that video, you just look at that, and we have all this reinforcement bar on the screen. Right? So just I am showing you the detailing also. So this we have done. So this part we have completed, right? ये reinforcement हमने फाइंड कर ली है जहाँ पे मेरा कंसर्न है, right? This 6 dia 200 is the vertical reinforcement जो dotted दिख रहा है, right? और this 12 mm diameter 150 other reinforcement again vertical, sorry horizontal 12 mm diameter 150 spacing दोनों साइड। This you can see the reinforcement details यहाँ पे। Now see this reinforcement 6 diameter 200, तो वो जो dotted है वो dotted means the vertical one, और 12 150 मतलब देखो ये जो सॉलिड लाइन है टॉप की और बॉटम की दोनों की 12 150 का प्रोवाइड किया है। हमारे में वो कितना था, हमारे में था वो 12 190 और 12 300, और यहाँ पे है दोनों साइड सेम है 12 150 12 150। फिर ये देखो ये साइड पे जो डॉटेड है वो है 10 280 का, और यहाँ पे है 6 200, राइट? सो दिस इज योर top view of the counterfold stem member detailing. और विच इज रिमेन, ये जो देखो हॉरिजॉन्टल रीइंफोर्समेंट यहाँ से जा रही है, देखो यहाँ पे जहाँ पे मेरे कर्सर है। सो दिस डिजाइन फॉर द स्टेम इज रिमेन, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज connection of stem with the counterfold member. Connection of stem with the counterfold member. Right. So same figure you can see here also. Right. So this way you need to draw the detailing part of counterfold retaining wall. So this is the full figure of counterfold retaining wall. We are doing step by step so that you can see. Here also you can see the deflection shape that I have discussed. These are the positive moment, negative moment at support for the stem part. These are the deflection for the heel part. Right, this is the deflection of toe part. So this is the overall deflection of the counterfold retaining wall. Overall deflection of the counterfold retaining wall. Right. If any figure I can find, actual figure. This is also one of the wall, cantilever wall. Right. This one is the counterfold because counterfold member is provided. Yes, here also you can see. Here also you can see that some of the vertical bars are curtailed at some height, and then after all other bars are going towards the top side. So this is called the curtailment of the bar. Curtailment of the bar. Here also you can see the. Here also you can see the wall. Right. So like this is your stem design for the counterfold retaining wall.